Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So it's really getting cold now, as you can tell by the look of things. But the garden is quite interesting at this time of the year still, and I want to show you in this video all the things that are going on in November and tell you a little bit about what I've changed, what is coming up still, and what we should be expecting for next year. So let's take a look. So as always, we're going to be starting over here in the vegetable garden corner. But first, let's check out this lavender hedge. Look at that, unbelievable. It's hard to think that these are the little tiny plants that I planted at the beginning of the season. And now they've grown so bushy and looking so beautiful. Yeah, so well, the vegetable garden right now, everything is dying back pretty much. I have harvested what I can harvest, and the things that are left here, I don't really know what to expect. Those are the beets, but I don't think they're going to give anything. The birds have eaten all the leaves, and that's just what is left of them. And here we have the cauliflowers. I don't know if they're going to mature this year, but I'm just going to let them be right here where they are. So I'm going to be resting this bed right here. I'm not going to plant anything until spring next year. Over here I did put in the rest of the onions that I had, and these stems that you see right here, that is my purple kale that I cut back. We'll see what happens if they survive the winter and if they make it to next season. So I'm just going to be observing those. Over here we have the bulbs in, everything is set there. And I still haven't pulled out this kale. I'm just going to let it be here. And this bed right here, I don't think much is going to come out of it. It is what it is. The leeks is doing great. I have one cabbage still left here. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Jermaine. Remember to subscribe, like, and comment. Share your thoughts with me so I know what you think, So let's get back to it. So the one bed that I'm hoping to harvest something really good from is this one right here, where we have the winter kale and the chicory, and you can see that I did put up a net. That helped a lot, but the side where the birds they found an entryway, they got in there and then they started eating everything they could find underneath the net. So I've ordered some hoops that will help me to build a better protection here, and I'm hoping to be able to harvest all of these before the end of the season. So over here I've mulched the onions. This is wood. This is wooden material, and I'm hoping that this is not harming the onions in any way. I've already trimmed one round of leaves, and you can see that the other leaves are, they're shooting pretty nicely. So I think they're happy in there, and they're ready to spend the winter that way. Over here we have the garlic. So I've mulched the garlic with the straw over here, and I have some herbs over here, and I do still have some lettuce there to harvest. So that's it from the vegetable garden. Now let's take a look at the flowers in the garden and the trees and everything else that is going on around here. So this tree right here, I put it in a pot. It's not going to stay there. I haven't potted it. I just put it there and just, But it's that golden spirit that used to have all those beautiful red leaves. They've all fallen now. And the plant is basically going into dormancy. And then we have that bed where we planted the alliums. They have sprouted, and I don't know if this is what alliums do. They sprout the season before and then they start growing and blooming the next season. My first time growing alliums, so we'll see how that goes. Over here we have the soft pink salsa hydrangeas that I've transferred here in this container for the winter, and all the other containers that you see around are mostly full of bulbs. those containers. I'm yet to plant bulbs inside. I still have all of those bulbs that I'll be planting in these containers. So let's take a look at the rest of the garden. But you notice that this line over here, that is also pretty new. I removed the one line of stones and we covered that with some gravel, and I planted the lavender bushes, which are, well, still small. We'll see how that looks next season. The grass is going to be improved next season. So over here we have the chestnut tree that has also lost almost all of its leaves. The airplane again. Okay, and now, well, the grasses that you see there, I've not planted them there. Those are some of the grasses that I got on that clearance sale. I just put them here to see what they look like between the boxwoods, and that is a beautiful grass. This is what it's going to look like once it's in bloom next year. I have two of those. I might put them, remove this one right here, this skyrocket grass, and put that one in, because this is an annual and those are perennials. So this is what the border looks like right now. Most of the things here have died back already, just like the hostas have died back, and the hydrangeas have lost most of their leaves. And so there is really not much to see. I'm noticing that the heucheras, actually they retain their leaves. I wonder if they do that the entire season. This is the hibiscus with the white blooms. I'm going to be removing this here because I don't think it's in the right position right there. And I'm going to be putting in the peony that is over there. So I have a peony there. I'll be removing it to put it here. I think that would look much better over there. So those are the plans for the border. Of course, I'm going to be adding in new things next season. And then we just have to wait and see how the bulbs come up. I've planted many bulbs in that border. But right now we just have the grasses, the phantom hydrangea that is dying back so beautifully. And we have this rose here that I still don't know. Oh, look at that. Wow. I don't know if that is going to bloom this year, but it's looking like it's, you know, feeling at home right there. Interesting. And then we have the peony right there. We have the two pink Annabelle hydrangeas here. And yeah, so this is the border as of the month of November. I think it was still a good decision to create this border here. It's adding so much to the garden. So over there in that corner, that's where I used to have these pots, these containers with different plants. And I've removed them for the winter and have put these ones in that area. And right here I have the hydrangea border that I'm trying to create. I'm still working on it. I haven't spent much time working towards finalizing that, but it's in progress. It's going to happen. And I've kind of potted up the hydrangeas, and they can actually spend the winter like this. As you can see, I love these white tubs here, these small little baskets. Those are just gorgeous. And that chicken fits right in between. And the new pots here, we have hydrangeas. That is the phantom hydrangea. I have some allium, tiny little allium balls here. I'm going to be planting those in these 2 hydrangea containers. And then I've decided to put my Enkianthus, here in the pots. I haven't potted it. I've just, tucked it in with some straw. So, and then I have the grasses there around the corner. And so that's what we have here. I like the look of it. Let me know what you think in the comments box. And so that's it here for the front yard. I say we take a look now at the backyard and everything that is going on over there. Oh, by the way, look at this. This arrangement came to be when I was cleaning up the containers. So I just put everything here and that's the result. And yeah, I'll just let it be there. All right, now let's move towards the back. We're here towards the back. I put all those roses here that used to be on the roadside, and I just moved them back here. I'll let them spend the winter here, and then I'll see next season where exactly I want to have them. And the hydrangea switch that I used to have in this bed, I've just potted all of them up and have placed them here. And that is the fireside area. I have this Portuguese laurel that is still here. I don't know if I want to leave it there, but I'll be creating some kind of ring or have ring around here. I'll be putting some either grasses around here or some shrubs that would provide spring and fall interest. So we'll see. This one right here, I'm also playing with the idea of planting it. It's a Japanese maple tree with red leaves, and I got that for 50%. And yeah, I'm not quite sure yet where I want to have it. And this right here, this is a prunus. I have 2 of those in the garden here that I planted at the beginning of the season. The kids and I planted these 2 prunus trees, and I staked one, and the other one is yet to be staked. So that might be something that I'll have to do during the winter period. The mophead hydrangeas back here is also looking good. I've also mulched around the plants, and they're good to spend the winter. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. This is a cherry blossom that I moved here, and I'm so happy that I was able to move this year last weekend. I didn't think I would have what it takes to move it, but I'm glad that I did. And I absolutely love where it is right now. I think it fits here perfectly, and I should have done this earlier. This corner right here, it has always been so difficult for me to decide what to do here. So I remove one of the pampas grass and then I just put it there. So it's going to block those openings. And what is right next to that is the boomerang plant that we used to have back here. And for now I've decided to just put it in a pot until I know exactly what is it that I want to do with it. And in this bed right here, I've planted the bulbs already. And those are going to look really beautiful in the springtime. Now, looking at the rest of the backyard, I've planted the bulbs on this side already. And what you see here, this is play sand. I'm working on a project there, so that is something that is just there right now. I've planted the bulbs here already, and I've mulched that. I'm not going to be doing much in this bed right here this season, and everything that is there right now, I'm just going to cut it back when I have the time and clean up. The strawberry bed back there, I still haven't had a chance to work on it. I've put all my plants here. I've put all the plants there for the winter. I have raspberries there that I'm planning to grow a raspberry hedge. I have all the hibiscus plants that I'm going to be planting. A few things that you might recognize, but these are all things that I don't really have to worry about this season. Oh my God, look at this blueberry bush. So interesting to see all the buds that are on it. With some strawberries there. This is another raspberry bush here. The Dorman Red variety. Oh, this is the Spirea. So that is waiting for position in the garden. 2 more raspberry bushes here. And this is the one pampas grass that is left. The other one on this side, I've already removed it to transplant, and so I have to decide what I want to do in that container. So that was it. This is the garden as of the month of November. This is everything that is happening right now, and most of the garden, most of the plants are going dormant, and so it'll be interesting to see in spring how everything comes to life, how everything is growing, and what other changes we're going to be making. So that was it, people. This is the garden as of the month of November. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in our next video. Bye bye.